Okay, YouTube, this is a quick nighttime meal, so I really don't want to do much cooking. Yeah, so I'm going to make chili dogs, which is, I guess you can say, an American classic, and that's what's on the menu. So what I'm going to do with the chili first is we're going to open the chili. I'm going to put it in the pot that is set on low on the stove top. Because if I forget to stir the chili or anything like that, it could cook to the bottom on a higher temperature, so I want it on low so that when I'm cooking the hot dogs themselves, and just in case I forget, it won't cake the actual chili to the bottom of the pot. Okay, so we have the chili open. Okay, so there's just a little fat buildup on the top that I don't like. I'm going to remove just in case, because I really don't need a bellyache or any sort of severe cramps for my endeavor. And a lot of the times with the canned food, you get somewhat of a bacteria buildup at times, and that can really mess up your stomach and cause pretty serious stomach virus. So you have to be very careful. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this chili in the pot. If you hear background noise, that's outside. I've got the door open. Dog sitting out on the porch enjoying the cool breeze. So the chili's giving me a hard time. It doesn't want to come out very easily. So I'm going to take a knife and basically shimmy the edges and slide it out into the pot. Alright, chili is now in the pot. That loud noise is me trying to get it out of the actual can, and while we're here, not doing much, but a quick meal, I'm going to open my secret case to reveal what is left of very good knives that I don't use. You may ask, why not use these very beautiful, brutal kitchen knives? Well, I prefer to leave them in their case so that they're preserved, which is probably kind of silly because they're already starting to kind of stain from severe aging. Here's another knife which we'll use to open up the hot dogs, which these are very sharp. They're not like my regular kitchen knives. They're very sharp. So here we go. We've got these hot dogs, and just to show you, I am not rich, if you can't tell by the holes in my shirt. Just an average single male that cooks at home for himself. And these hot dogs are 99 cents, usually anywhere in the US, for a pack of 8. So just gonna cut these open. My knife has 0 problems getting this open. And now that those are open, we'll put them on standby while I take this pot and put water in it. So now I'm going to bring that pot of water to a boil. And I'll let it heat up quite a bit before I actually add the hot dogs. And if you guys will give me a minute, I'm going to go check on the dog, and I'll be right back. Sweet boy, get out of things that do not belong in your mouth. Quick. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the slight delay. So, my main reason for this very quick meal is the dog is also hungry and loves to eat the little bits of human food that I mix into his food to coax him into eating. So, this is probably the main purpose for this meal. Otherwise, I would starve myself and just be lazy. And as you can tell from the clicking, like the previous video, he is walking around, scurrying around, attempting to find things to put in his mouth. But I think he's actually laid down now, so very good for me. Yeah, I can continue my video. So, the hot dogs are open. I'm going to just make a bit more of a split here. And we'll grab these wieners and put them in the pot. Now when you're boiling hot dogs, for those of you who don't know, when you boil hot dogs, you need to take them out once they start to kind of bulge in certain spots. They are well done, especially if they begin to split. So don't leave mine in too long. I try to keep them in there just long enough that they kind of get plump, and then we take them out. So yeah, we're going to do that here probably in 5 or 6 minutes. Right now I'm going to take this spoon and, sorry about the noise, I've got to stir the chili. So I've stirred the chili and stirred. I'm going to take this and do that number there. And even though the chili's not cooked, it still tastes great. So to give you guys an idea what's going on. Like I mentioned, the chili is set on low to keep it from caking to the pot. Excuse me. Oh, gassy. It's weird. So yeah, I keep it on low so that it's not caking to the pot, so that it'll cook pretty much in the same amount of time that the hot dogs will cook. So right now I'm gonna put my dogs back in the refrigerator. But first I think I'll go ahead and put them in one of these lovely Ziploc bags to keep them fresh while they are in the refrigerator. So it seems I have 2 hot dog buns that were left from the last fiasco. I'm going to use these even though they're past their expiration date. They're still soft and they don't appear to be very stiff, so I don't see any harm in it other than a slight stomach ache. But who cares? So now I have a plate. So I'm actually cooking and I'm going to most likely plate at the same time. Like I said, this was a quick meal idea. So we'll coax the dog into eating and keep myself from starving, which, like I said, I don't really mind. And a lot of people put chili on top of the dog, which I'm down for that. But what we're going to do today, so when the chili is ready, we're going to put some chili at the bottom of the hot dog and at the top. And then we're going to sprinkle some cheese on it. I probably won't do mustard or mayonnaise or anything because I don't like to mix that with my chili. Although I don't mind. And my chili's bubbling right now, so if you'll excuse me. So, since the chili's already bubbling, I'm gonna go ahead and get to work if we can here. I'm gonna put a little at the bottom. Okay. I'm gonna do just a little. And at the bottom, we'll put this back. Then I'm going to have to get them out of the thing, which I'll need a fork, which is in the dishwasher. Don't go looking at my butt. Okay. So I've got a fork now. And here in just a moment, I'm going to take the hot dogs out so that we can put them in the buns, put some chili on them, do some cheese, add some chips, and I'm done. I would curse, but I don't want the YouTube regulators to, bust a cap in my ass. Oh, I just cursed. Okay, so these are pretty much done. Taking them out before they bulge. They're plenty steamy, so I'm not worried about whether or not they're cooked. And a neat trick, if you're cooking and say you have a dirty pan, you can take the boiling water that you have from the actual hot dogs, pour that boiling water in one of the pots and let it take all of the stuff that's caked on the bottom off of it. Okay, so now we have more chili. Going to add some of this to the top now. We have it top and bottom. And god damn it. Okay, well, we had a slight problem. This did not want to add the way it was supposed to, so now it's all over the place. So I don't mind. The excess will go to the dog. I've got to add more to the top because I've lost quite a bit. And sometimes with hot dogs, especially chili dogs, it's very tricky because they want to fall over and fall apart. And I hate that, but it is what it is. You can just get that off of there. So with this done, I'm going to now add cheese. Okay, so once we add the cheese, we're pretty much done. Add cheese just like so. I would show you the other dog, but I really don't want a complete collapse. That's what I've been getting. So that's about it. We are complete. So the only thing left is to add chips and maybe add a glass of juice, and I'm gonna go in there and enjoy. And yeah, kind of like a poor man's meal today. Got my poor man comfortable clothing on, hole in my shirt included. But thank you everyone who's watching. Hope you have a good evening.